Hello and welcome to Sarbat Real Estate with information on acting for buyers and preparing for a buyer presentation. Today we will provide information on the essential steps for preparing yourself up for helping buyer to find their property of dreams. These are examples of considerations you should think about when entering into agency relationships with buyers. Please check with your managing broker if you have questions about additional considerations when meeting with potential new clients. Print off or download all required documents you review with your potential buyer client, including disclosure of representation in trading services form, a written service agreement if you're using one, a FINTRAC information form. Prepare a flow chart that informs the buyer of the buying process and associated costs. Review and complete the disclosure of representation in trading services form prior to providing any real estate services. Ensure you explain agency in detail. Review and complete the FINTRAC information form with the consumer. Discuss with the buyer the differences between a material latent and patent defect and what must be disclosed by the seller and their real estate professional. Determine the buyer's needs and wants in a property. During presentation, discuss financing and the buyer's ability to buy. Discuss the pre-approval process and any other pertinent financial information. Discuss deposit requirements and recession period in details. Discuss other costs associated with purchasing a property. Explain the documentation used in the purchase of a property. Discuss with the buyer any potential conflicts that may arise and establish a process on how the buyer wishes to handle any conflicts should they arise. Discuss deal makers and deal breakers for purchasing a property. Perform a LOTR search prior to drafting an offer or entering into a service agreement. Here is the list of all required documents you would like to review with your potential client, including disclosure of representation in trading services form, a written service agreement, a FINTRAC, Financial Transactions and Reports Analysis Center of Canada, a property disclosure statement, privacy notice and consent form, and complete property information. Any other forms required for your presentation, such as buyer presentation, CMA report, buyer's booklet. Refer to the office sales checklist. Additional documents needed when finalizing deal: transaction record sheet, clear copy of contract of purchase and sale, clear copy of subject removals signed and dated by the buyers and sellers, clear copy of addendums signed and dated by the buyers and sellers, notice to seller regarding assignment terms, title search initialed by the buyer, property disclosure statement signed by the sellers and buyers and dated by the buyers, disclosure of remuneration to the buyers, owner builder declaration form if property is less than 10 years old and not under warranty check online, disclosure of interest in trade if applicable, receipt of fund record, MLS printout, Form B if strata, if buying under corporation company name, FINTRAC Corporation Entity Identification Information Record if client is corporation, plus FINTRAC Individual Identification Record for signatory, articles of company naming directors and officers of the company and/or certificate of incorporation, include memorandum authorizing signatory, FINTRAC Beneficial Ownership Record. Send all required documents to brokerage office within 24 hours of acceptance of an offer. As per rules of Real Estate Board co-operations, realtors must submit all sales documents along with bank draft within 24 hours of acceptance of any offer. Other associated documents should be submitted on timely manner. If you require more information, contact your managing broker. We expect our agents to stay well informed to serve their client better. Happy selling!